This is All Might. So, as we've seen throughout the last couple episodes, villains have invaded USJ. Their teacher, Eraser, has gotten the crap beat out of him. Each of the students are battling villains. And then we had that freaky thing appear along with the main guy who's causing all the trouble. And then this episode, All Might himself shows up. So let's talk about this episode of My Hero Academia number 12, All Might. Holy crap! I am flabbergasted by that power he has. Let me say that, but let's talk about the big stuff. So All Might arrives in, and he easily takes out a few of the villains and such, and then taking down our big creature, this creature and everything. We learned that this creature can absorb is a shock absorber, so every punch out it wouldn't work. That's why Deku couldn't lay a hand on it at all and such. And then in the course of the episode, we see All Might is seriously almost in trouble and everything because, you know, this one dude who created the portal, who was able to separate each of the students and everything, is pretty much causing an issue with that and such. Now, Deku, Sue, and the other guy, basically, are ordered to take Eraserhead and get him out of danger because, you know, he is injured and bleeding. And pretty much Deku goes back because he knows All Might can't handle this thing alone. He is the only one that knows that All Might is having issues with his quirk and everything. And at the same time, he has a time limit, as he's only been able to use that quirk for, say, 3 hours and such. And it gets pretty intense and such. But luckily, some of the other students from Kacchan, my favorite character, Shiroti, and Bachan's other friend, and Deku, all go with All Might to help stop him. And if it wasn't for Shoto, I believe his name, he would have helped him. All Might could have been in serious trouble and such. And then, of course, all the other students are kind of watching and amazed, like, whoa. It's like, fun. Oh, yeah, oh my. I actually love that one's villain's response. He's like, man, he's taller than I expected. I'm like, yeah, you definitely should be afraid and run! So, but seeing All Might go against that thing was quite interesting. And I was kind of a little upset, though, because the main antagonist, the dude with the, you know, the hands all over, when he was discussing and everything, he kind of flat out told what its abilities were and all that. It's like, you know, that's kind of a little letdown. Do you really think you should say that? But then there's a twist where we learn the thing can regenerate, and I was like, oh shit, this could be a little challenging. It's like, how is All Might going to deal with that? At the same time, he's got a time limit and such. So yeah, it's getting quite intense and such. And you know, I admire Deku a lot because he knows about All Might. He's the only one. He actually told All Might, listen, I tried to get a punch at this thing, but it won't work and everything, you know. But All Might just smiles, gives him the thumbs up, and goes on because he has to protect these students because they're in trouble because of these villains. And the face villain was going to go attack the students, but luckily, Bachan stops that perk guy with the quirk who's kind of got that ghastly appearance and such, who was able to separate every one of them. As we learned, there's a metal piece behind him. And I actually admire Kacchan for that. I was like, that's pretty smart, man. You figured it out and everything. And, you know, I was really impressed by that and such. So, but the biggest thing I have to say was All Might pushing his quirk further than anticipated. And, you know, he is trying to beat this thing, and this thing has regenerated after losing an arm and a leg, and pretty much the other guys are trying to help All Might, but he's telling them not to interfere. As All Might saves them, once again, he saves Kacchan, after Deku's like, how'd you get here? It's like, I shut up, you nerd, I don't know how I got here. And we see that All Might has saved them, and helps get the students help get Kacchan out of the way and such. But man, near the end of the episode where he pushes his quirk, his power beyond the 100%, I was literally going, holy shit. Because he punched that dude rapidly, and he says the phrase, go beyond, plus soldier, because it shows to go beyond what you expect and everything. And seeing him punch the dude, oh my god, punching the dude endlessly so many times because he knows that he's chakras over, but how much pain could it take and everything. And as he's punching that thing, he's punching it super fast and super slowly. The thing can't concentrate enough, and he sends it flying out of USJ, probably into space, I believe, and such. But holy crap, I could not believe All Might went beyond that and everything and such, because that was intense and everything. And man, it was just brutal. I mean, holy crap, I could not fathom that. Just the rapid punching and everything like that. It was just intense, and I was just mind blown. So, yeah, that was just pretty damn good. And the episode ends with All Might knowing he's out of time. You're starting to see a little steam and everything, and the smoke clearing. And our main antagonist himself, doing with the face and all that, realizes that All Might has cheated. If you noticed in the instance of the episode, like when his eyes, the hands are over his eyes, you could see how his eye moves. It kind of expresses a lot. And it just, the smile and all that, it is creepy looking. And that works to its advantage so wonderfully and such. So, and it ends on he's saying, "You cheated," and it ends just like that. I'm like, "Ooh, this is getting interesting." I'm curious to see what is going to happen. Is how are the students going to get out of the situation? How is All Might going to deal with all that? Because he's pretty much used up his core for those 3 hours and everything, and yet we don't know much about what he can do other than, as in the last episode, he touches someone, he could easily decay or break their bones and whatnot and such, and it still amazes me and all that. So, but man, this was really good. Seeing All Might in action, everything, it's just so great because All Might has been such a great character, and I love Christopher Sabat, who's been the voice of him throughout the voice and all, because he just captures this character as well, because he knows what means to heroes. We see from the flashbacks of when he's talking to Deku because of the scar, or what it means to be a hero and all that and such. And, Deku, I also love him because he's very observant when he sees the teachers talking about how earlier Deku was reading on his way to the school, All Might doing the crimes, and Shihei was holding a 13, was holding a 3 and everything, and he kind of starts to put everything together and all that. So I gotta give Deku credit for being very observant, and I admire him being courageous because he knows All Might couldn't do that alone. And yet at the same time, I love seeing Kacchan and Shiroto, I think, the dude with the half eyes and all, with the powers and all that. So, but yeah, this was such a good episode, and it ends on such a clear. I just don't want it. I'm almost done with the first season. It's just, it is so good. I am really enjoying this series, and I cannot wait for watch season 2 next. So, but yeah, so that is my thoughts for this episode 12 of All Might. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up for All Might. And please subscribe to my channel. I do other vlogs. I've done, for the past other episodes of My Hero Academia, I've been doing vlogs. So if you want to check out my thoughts and my reactions to that, please check out that. I also do movie reviews if you're interested. So if you want to see some of the films and stuff I've been talking about throughout this year, please check out that and all. Hit me up on Twitter at SuperKid801 if you want to follow me on social media and all that. I just, like I said in my last video, I was at WasabiCon as of last week, and I just love talking about it because I met the great Todd Habercorn and lovely Kimberly Brooks. So if you want to check out those pictures, just follow me on Twitter at SuperKid801. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos and when they'll be released and all that. But thank you all for watching. Check back next week as I will check out the Season 1 finale to My Hero Academia. And, let me know what you guys think. And, yeah, I'm really excited to see how this is going to end and everything. So, but let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you next week for the next My Hero Academia. And tune in for tomorrow for my top 10 list of creatures that scare me. So check out that. But as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Go Beyond Plus Ultra! Take care.